and Rubank Advanced Method. All right. So that's, I don't know how old I was, about 12 years old when I started that. And so I'm saying I don't put these are for children because they're not. It's not fair. An adult can make a decision like, wow, this guy's interesting, but I just don't have time for this. I have to go find another YouTube that's easier for me to understand. And or hey, this stuff is totally review for me. I can't go through this again. I don't like to watch YouTubes that somebody says they do something like they'll go, okay, that's fine and dandy, but now they're going to say, well, you put your finger on this fret nut, and you put your finger on this, and you put your finger on that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't reference the notes by fret numbers. The only time I actually reference them by fret, that'd be like numbering the notes on your piano. All right, there's 88 keys. I don't have numbers on my piano that say, okay, go to piano, go to key number 56, and then go to key. I don't do all that. The way I reference the notes is I have the notes that I put on this guitar here. That's how I do it. So I would tell somebody, well, this is an A minor, and we're going to bring it down to a Lydian fourth, completely in the mode of C. All right, that was not a good chord. That was not a good chord because that was supposed to be this. All right, had to hit that B. That's how I reference chords, and I apologize for people that don't have the notes memorized. You know, that's why there's the charts, and I can look at a chart like this, and I can read things off the chart, and I do it. I'm guilty of this myself. My dog is guilty of scratching herself half the day. That's all she does, but that's what she wants to do till I give her a bath or something. But then she's still, she about a day later she's scratching anyway because she starts to heal up a little bit. Anyway, when I'm guilty of reading these things off the chart too. My method is to play the chart, make sure the chart works. So this would be a root arpeggio over here would be like root 3, 5, root 3, something like this, just simple. Before we get into this, because I got the major sevenths there, root 3, 5, root. So I'll just play that just by looking at it. Then I say to myself, what if I don't have that chart? How am I going to do this? It's root to 3 is a perfect third, and then 3 to 5 is a minor third. But guess what? If you start that 3 to 5 as an E minor, all right, or a 3 minor Phrygian, then and you take that B back up to the C, you've got essentially a C major seventh arpeggio. As opposed to just or. You mix those two together and you get, and it's all about mixing things together. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with mixing arpeggios together to get things like that. Anyway, let's talk about, this is the gist of the matter here. We have an S3L. The S3L is with the 7 and the 4, the 7 and the 4. S3S is just with 2, 5, 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. What do you got right here? The same thing, 2, 3, 5, 6 √2. I'm gonna now see how it's difficult to even see what's going on there. You know, we got to get like a better color than that. Matter of fact, I might go just over to the highlighter. All right, so let me do this. I'm going to bring it back, clear it out, bring it back, get the highlighter, and we're going to talk about this. This is the S3L rather. That's not the highlighter. This is the highlighter. Remember when you were in college in class? Sorry, it's a big tip. What color is that highlighter now? That's not cool. We don't need a black highlighter. We need a yellow highlighter. Okay, so this is, now I got to clear it out again, right? But guess what happens when you clear this out and start it up again? It remembered the yellow. So that's a very important tool in using Microsoft Paint, is that the colors and the settings over here have a separate memory set. So you can start all this over again, but this will still be the way you set it. For a lot of these problems, and why my videos are important and the charts, it's just my ability to deal with computers. I have a master's degree in computer engineering, but I never used it. Did I use, Princess, did I use my master's? Hey, I'm asking you a question. Yes, she kind of nodded her head. I used it a little bit, but mostly I just, use computers for things. And I'm not sure what those things have been, but over the years there have been all kinds of, good things I've done with computers, and it takes a lot of patience. So that I find easy to help you all with, and I'm going to use my abilities to do that. So now we have a yellow square on a yellow background here. I'm sorry for wasting time here. Here we got yellow on yellow, but we can look at it over here. So we got this S3L right here, right? Okay. This is the S3L right there. You got the S2L right here. The S3S rather, which is just the middle part right here. All right, so let's really drive that point home. You want to really drive that point home, right? I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We're not fooling around here. We are not a glum lot here. Watch this. Put that right in there. Where the C is, we'll put that right in there. Where the G is, we'll put it right in here. Where the E is, and certainly where the D is, we'll put that right in there. See how that goes in there so nicely? What happened over here? That's just the top part, because this part is below the fretboard. No string, no sound. So the A shape, which in the key is C, okay, I'm going to leave the capo off, but just trust me, this is your E. I'm down tuned, down, what do they call it, drop. I'm drop C tuned. Well, I'm not going to drop that fast, Sarge. I'll tell you, my dog, I tell her to sit down, it looks like she's getting into a hot bath. It takes her like 2 minutes to sit down. She is definitely not cooperative. When I said drop, sit down. You say drop. Well, how many push-ups? I tell you, there's nothing wrong with push-ups. I didn't get strong by not doing push-ups in the Army, but even before the Army. We didn't have gyms when I was young. We had gym, obviously. They always had gyms. But, we only had the universal. We didn't have, so we did a whole lot of push-ups at home. You just had a barbell and you did push-ups to do chest. So, anyway, make a long story short. So, no string, no sound here, okay? And drop C, tuning here, but here's the, I'll do the capo anyway, because I went off on a different story, and I'm sorry. So let's look